Today we're going to do a video on hinge cutting. Now hinge cutting is a great way to provide food for the deer and also provide cover for the deer. And you can also use it as a way to make like visual barriers so that when you have spots where you're trying to walk into your stand, you can hinge cut down an area so that if you have deer on the other side of it, you can walk down and get to your stand without them seeing you, and it actually knocks down some of the noise. But the main benefit is the food and cover that it provides. So we're going to show you a little bit of how to do that. These are some of the hinge cuts that we did last year when we were just trying to play around with it a little bit. And essentially what you're going to do is you're just cutting 3/4 of the way through the tree, and then you're just letting the tree fall down, and from there the tree will actually stay alive and it'll reproduce buds, and it'll provide that's how it provides the food for the deer, and it'll also allow the undergrowth to come up. You can see on these trees right here, they're actually growing from where we hinge cut too. So it's you can see that the trees are still alive and doing just fine. But we'll get started, and we're gonna do a little bit of hinge cutting today and see how it goes. That's how you want it to lay. You want to just kind of shear off right here. Ideally the bark would stay intact underneath, and that's what's going to keep it alive.
Let's drop it here and then pick it up and put it on those ones.
Okay. So the general time of year you want to do this is before the trees bud. So we're out here in early March. Anytime after the season in like February or March is a good time to hinge cut. The other thing you're going to want to do is to try to get a base layer down. In order to do that, you can either cut a big tree down first so that it doesn't come down and smash all the smaller trees that you've already cut down, or you can try to drop them on something like this stump here, so you get a few that fall on that, and then you drop the trees right on top of it, which is what we did right here. Well, we've been at it for a few days now, and when you're done, what you'll see is it looks a heck of a lot different, but it provides you a lot more cover. And this happens to be a path that we walk in on, and the deer happen to bed down over in that end, and we're trying to get it thicker over there so that more deer bed over there. So what this is going to do is provide us a visual barrier and somewhat of a sound barrier to be able to get into our stands. So we did all of our hinge cutting in March and February. And now it's the middle of summer, so it gives you a chance to look and see what this looks like as it's growing up. And you can see from this woods, we hinge cut over in this area, and it is just thick. There's all kinds of trees down, and then we've also got a ton of greenery coming up from the forest floor, versus this other side of me where it's the open woods and what it looked like before. And you can see through here there's very little light getting to the forest floor, and there's hardly any undergrowth at all. So this is where you provide the cover because it gets so thick and grows up in here, and this is just 1 year's worth of growth versus a wide open woods that doesn't give the deer nearly as much cover or food. This is an example of an area where the deer have nipped off the ends of all of these trees to the point where there's very little leaves actually growing on this tree anymore. This is one we actually took down 2 years ago as an experiment to see how much they liked it, and they have completely eaten all of this tree off. And you can see down on the ground here, there's deer tracks all through here from them coming in here and nipping these things off. And there's a trail that just comes right down through here and heads down into a bottom right off of here. So it's definitely increased the traffic in this area.
It didn't take us very long to find at least one bed in here, so it's already paying off as far as the deer feeling safer for cover and resting spots.
Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, check out some of the other videos on our channel. Also, like us on Facebook and Google+. Thanks for watching. Sometimes you do that by cutting a bigger tree and letting that fall first.
That's gonna be a good blooper.